6.8 kilometers from the southwest again. Our meter right now is only it's got about a meter less from the south, but it is coming from the south southwest. Looking at again, Streamlabs is doing setting up a betting. It's going to close soon. Again, once qualifying starts, that is probably going to close on you. As gamers saying that they're hoping Ferrari keeps popping off. Again, we're about a minute or so away from. We got the timing chart. Launch the live timing. But we are about to start. Q1. So the issue here is that in Q1, the time is 12 minutes. Q2 will be 10 minutes, and then Q3 will be 8 minutes. So it's a reduction in actual time in terms of this. And behind. And showing cars to the looks like like we've got. I'm not sure what the map is doing at the moment. It's populating with cars in a weird way. We have just gotten the green flag, so we've got out. So the track is actually 10 minutes is about a few seconds faster than it should be. Science Leclerc, Science, Stroll, Joe, Bottas are the first five to go out. Cars are required to use medium tires in Q1, Q2, and then a soft tire in Q3. One of the quirks this weekend is that all the teams have been given only two sets of hard tires this weekend. John, you probably want to take the brackets off your prediction. Can F1 driver go back? No, they can't go back to F2. That is unfortunate, and that's part of F2 is the feeder system. So again, that was one of the things when Lawson took over. That triggered things that actually when Lawson drove last year, that triggered things that prevented him to go back to F1. Same thing's going to happen with Colapino. He's going to be past number of races, so he won't be considered a rookie. The issue with Bierman is that if he races this Sunday, he won't be considered a rookie anymore. He'll be above that three race require. He'll be above that 3 race requirement. Sorry, it's a 2 race requirement. You must have raced 2 or less races in F1 to still be considered a rookie. For the F1, FP1 rookie requirements, the Abu Dhabi rookie requirements. So that's why if Magnussen comes back tomorrow, that keeps Bierman in that capable for rookie testing at Abu Dhabi. So the Ferraris are going to be the first ones out of the gate. They are good times so far. Again, who has right now? Sainz has got the fastest first sector. Again, Leclerc is going to get the first sector because he was literally first on track. Leclerc is going to put a 111.6 on the board. See Science come in with a 112. Stroll's going to pop to P2. He's a half a second behind Leclerc. Joe is going to be a second and a third behind. And then Bottas is going to jump to P2. He's 3 tenths behind Leclerc. So we're going to let the board populate a bit right now. Gasly taking the top spot with a 111.6. We saw 110s earlier today, and I would expect with the track even cooler, we could get into the low 110s. So right now, people are coming out of the pits doing their first laps. Ocon just did a 111.5. Yeah, a lot of teams still out there. Perez doing 111.1. Fastest second sector. Alonso is taking the third sector, though second sector is taken by Russell. First sector right now is in Albon's hands. So Albon just went P1 with a 111.05. Oscar and Russell will be next. Russell going to the top of the board, 110.87. Oscar was on an out lap, so he's starting that lap now. Hulkenberg's on an out lap. He's starting that lap now. And Leclerc is coming around after a cool down lap. Bierman out. He's now starting a flying lap. So is Colpion set a flying lap with P13. He is 3 seconds off the pace right now. That's interesting. We've got Bottas, Stroll, and Joe coming into the pits. Stappen is on his flying lap. Lawson just finished his flying lap. He just did a 110.5. So there we go. We got one of the Red Bull teams setting a pace and putting a line in the sand. Tsunoda, it only does P8, 111.53. He's second off his teammate. That's huge. Oscar just took P1, 110.265, 3 tenths faster than Lawson. Here comes Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's going to go P2. My God, these Haas's. These Haas's are insane. So Hulkenberg does 2 tenths off of Oscar time. Here comes Behrman. Behrman's got good time so far. He's going to do P9, though. He does 111.171. We saw him go faster, though, earlier today. Albon's pitting. Here comes Verstappen on his first lap. He's going to go P4. Wow, Lawson outperforms Verstappen in the first round of go arounds. We've got 6 minutes to go on this, so we're halfway through this Q1 session. Wow, that's the crazy thing. The loss is on top of the is ahead of Verstappen, head of Perez, head of Tsunoda as well in this first round of laps. Down at the bottom of the board, we've got Bottas, Stroll, Sainz, Zhou, and Colapino. So Sainz is 2 seconds, almost 2 seconds off. Clerk is a second and a third off. Having been so dominant these past 2 races, seeing them down at the bottom is a big. That's weird to see them down there. Alonso is the driver at risk at 15th right now. We'll have to go back and see why Colapino only did a 3.9, 3 seconds, almost 4 seconds off. So he is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Everyone's pretty much coming into the pits. They're basically are going. They might go to a new medium tire, and it's then a game of chicken of who's going to go out. Again, the news again earlier is that Bierman is out. Sorry, Bierman is in for K-Meg, who is out sick. He may come back tomorrow, but we don't know. Clerk just set a new lap time. He's almost 2 tenths off of Oscar's top time. Here comes Science. Science is setting a new lap time. He's going to go P4, and Max is coming around. And is he going to go around again? It's interesting. Max is going around again. He didn't pit. So Ferrari, Leclerc, Sainz, and Verstappen are the only ones on the track right now. Russell's now coming out of the pits. Perez is coming out of the pits. Tsunoda's coming out of the pits. Tsunoda's at 14th. Alonso a P. He's now P16. So again, recap bottom of the board. Gasly's the driver at risk. Alonso 16th, Bottas 17th, Stroll is 18th, Zhou is 19th, and Colapino is 19th. Going above him, Tsunoda's 14th, Arcon is 13th, Behrman is 12th, Perez 11th. Again, the big two surprises is Hulkenberg is third right now, and Lawson is right now fifth. Oscar's now right now is at the top with Clerk 2 and Sainz 4. So after being bottom of the barrel, Ferrari found their bit of a pace. And there is a line forming out of the pits. That's going to be interesting. We do have a lot of time for them to get around. It's just under 3 minutes now. So if this can get resolved in the next minute, it probably should. We're not dealing with anyone who may not uh, miss getting around. There will be a lot of traffic on this, so that will be an issue. So Russell just crossed the line. Is he? He's starting what might be a flying lap. We're seeing stops, signals in on the board. I don't think that's just. I think that is just basically waiting that there's issues with them lined up. So I would ignore that right now. So Hulkenberg next across the line. Hulkenberg is third. This is an out lap, so this would be starting flying lap now. He's got Oscar, Joe, Colapino, Albin, Norris ahead of him in an out lap. Verstappen just set a new time. He's 1.44 off of Oscar's time. So Clerk just crossed the line, but he's now on a flying lap. Alonso came out. This is going to be his flying lap. Sainz is coming across the line, but this is also again just he's been out. This is going to be his flying lap. Oscar's coming out. Here comes Behrman for his final flying lap. So Perez just set a flying lap right now, P2 1.27, and he's got the fastest second sector. Here comes Ocon. He does not improve in his time. Tsunoda moves up to 12th. And at this point, we've got 15 seconds left. So these are Tsunoda and Perez are baked in now. So Albin coming across the line. Albin, Leclerc just went up to P2. Alonso comes across the line, P11. Sainz comes across, P7. Stroll coming across, is currently 18. Stroll gets up to 15th the air at the driver at risk. Here comes Behrman. Behrman moves up to 5th. Here comes Gasly. Gasly is 17th. Does he improve? Gasly moves up to 17, knocks out Stroll. Here comes Ocon right now. He's improving on his times. Right now, 17th, can knock out Tsunoda, and does so. Moves to 15th, though. Here comes Bottas. Bottas is 18th. Bottas moves up to 18th, knocks out Ocon. So Ocon, Stroll, Joe, Colapino right now at the bottom of the barrel. Norris joined to P1. Here comes Albon. Albon's got a good. He's at P15. He's improved in his times. He's going to go up to P3. Colapino. Colapino's right now 20th. Improving his times. Comes up at P9. And that should do it. That will knock out Alonso, Ocon, Tsunoda, Stroll, and Zhou. So that is all. That is the first. Yeah. Yuki cracking under the Lawson pressure. Ooh, that is a good question. Is he cracking? Lawson is outperforming him. Bottom line. That's what Yuki is the measuring stick. That's what his role has been. And Lawson's been outperforming him. In the second round, Verstappen and Perez. Actually, Perez got ahead of Max by a few hundredths. By two hundredths approximately. Perez got ahead of Max. Lawson is back only by 2/10. That's a good performance by Lawson. Now he's P12, and we're looking at a cut line. Like Russell is at 1 second, so we're looking again cut line at being 1 second here, everyone. So, Zhou is the outlier here. They did a 3.5 a gap. Stroll had 1.8, Tsunoda 1.6, Ocon 1.5, and Alonso 1.5. So the cut line here in Q1 was 1.3 with Bottas. So yeah, that's yeah. Tsunoda was happy with his lap. He had no grip though, and that's to be exempted. Why isn't K-Mag racing? K-Mag is out sick right now. Behrman is in for him, and in fact, Behrman took P7 over Hulkenberg P8. So another again. Behrman is already signed for Haas for next year. He will be joined with like Ocon on that team next year. So he's showing what he can do. Colapino showing what he did. He is ninth, and Lawson's 12th. I mean the rookies are showing up and performing. You know, again Lawson only about 2/10 off of. Is it 2/10? Maybe a tenth. I gotta do my math. But Lawson is in within tenths of the Red Bull team. Oh, oh, yeah. No, we don't make these racist jokes on this channel. Like, come on. We got a few more people. So like Sema and Johnny now are here. We got a few more minutes before Q2 starts. Again, Q2 will be only 10 minutes, and they were required to use a medium tire. Again, some questions about the board. If you look at Oscar's P2, basically he left the pits, and you can see that. So on this track, there's a huge pit several sectors. This is the biggest I've ever seen the pit lane exit be. So that's all him coming out of the pits. At the end in sector 3, you can see those two dots at the end being blue. That's him entering the pits. Oh, but Bottas is not getting to SQ3. I mean, he got into SQ2, and I know F1 is making a big deal. It is a big deal, but P15, he barely made it in. The cut line is going to be under 1 second. He's not going to make it. I mean, he's a good driver or whatnot, but he is in such a horrible car. So just again, let's give accomplishments where accomplishments is. He got into Q2, and that's a big deal. Malcolm, did Sonoda get traffic? No, Sonoda said that he liked the lap, but he had no really good grip, and so that lost him time. Yeah, Bareilles and Chats basically mediums have to use in Q1 and 2, but not in 3. In 3, they're going to use a soft tire, and they've been allocated tires for that purpose. Aston looks bad this weekend. Yeah, yeah, this is one of those weird. They haven't performed. I mean, Alonso 16th and Stroll is 19th. They're out in Q1. Um, Again, we've got Behrman and we've Hulkenberg. We've got Albin up in there. Colapino in that top 10. Russell's going to be the first one out. Q2 has just started about 30 seconds ago. What's the grid penalty for Max? It's going to be 5 places because he's taken his second ice unit above. Again, normally you get 4. You're allowed 4 before you start taking penalties. This is 6. So looking at what you guys are saying at the moment, you got people rooting for Lewis. Couple you are rooting for Bottas, and I give you credit for rooting for him at this moment. Oscar made him Poland coming, but this is only Q2. We still have a Q3 session, and that's the weather. Take a look at green line. Yeah, I'm just looking at right now. If there's any mention of weather on the F1 feed? Oh no. So we shouldn't expect any. We might get drops at most. It is overcast, so just as it's asking, hey commentator, that's me, Grash. I'm the normally this would be a SQ. This would be free practice 2. So Russell's the first one out. Hamilton is second. No, actually, Norris is out second. Yeah, we're at the moment right now where we're just basically we got to wait a little bit before times actually get put onto the board. Russell will be the first one to put a time on the board. Oscar will be it looks like second on that in that order. No, Oscar's that's an outlap. Boss was second out. So Russell just did a 109. Wait, Russell just did a 109. That I don't think I've seen. Did we see a 109? I don't know. That was really really fast. Norris has got a fastest first sector, faster than Russell's. Russell has the second fastest second and third sector so far. So Russell putting a line in the sand right now. Gasly going to P2 in the actual time. Bottas is P3. Norris, we're going to keep on. He's fastest first and second sector so far. Sainz doing well, but not as fast as Lando. Lando coming to the last curve right now into the line. He's going to come across P1. He does 1.9.063, 6/10. So we're in the low nines already. Comes Leclerc, going to be P3, high 109.719. Comes Science, goes P2, 109.500. So we're in the 109s at the top of the board. We've got 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this session right now. Again, this is only 8 minutes, 8 minutes. Again, this is the sprint quali. They are all required to use medium tires. Is Ripple any good enough for this race? Yeah, Red Bull's doing fine. I mean, it's still early in this session. Not they haven't. Again, both Albon, Perez, Verstappen, and Colapino have just gotten out of the pits, and Verstappen's now starting flying lap. Uh, Perez is going to be next. They should have mostly clean track. It might get a little dicey at the end, given how things look, but they've gotten around. In Q2, you do have enough time to go out, pit, and then make changes and come back out. Norris is pitting. Comes Leclerc. And he is look like he's pitting. Here comes Albon. Albon's going to start a flying lap. Here comes Colapino. So Ferraris have just pitted. So Ar's just coming around. He's going to pit. Here comes Verstappen. He's got a fast first sector. He's going to go P2. He's 4.26 behind Norris's first. So he's in the 109. Perez is going to be the 110.024. So right now we've got Albon and Colapino. They're on their first flying laps. Hamilton is still out. Hamilton is on a cool down lap. We've yet to see Bierman, Hulkenberg, and Lawson at this point. Why is any reason why they're still in the pits? That's interesting. So we've got three drivers who have not set times whatsoever. Here comes Albon. He's going to set his first time. He's going to go P8. And Colapino's got track to himself. He's doing pretty good. He's slightly behind his teammate though. And Colapino's going to go 11th right now. So the cut line right now is at Hamilton's 1.7, sorry, 1.171. So just over 1/10 over 1 second. I expect that to drop though. And they're showing Albon going over the curbs and making a wonderful view of Sparks. Justy's asking, do you think Lato's gap to Max in the World Champion is too big for him to catch up? It without something majorly happening to Max, like a big DNF and Lando getting like max points. Yeah, it's pretty. And we haven't seen that gap um, closed ever in the F1 history. So it is Max driver's seat. I think someone said if Max um, if Max basically gets P4 through the next 4 races, he's got the championship in the bag as it is. So yeah, again, we need to keep you guys back on track with F1. What if a word is not a swear? Please move on. Right now. So again, Behrman, Hulkenberg, and Lawson have come out of the pit. So Hulkenberg is now starting his flying lap, and Behrman starting his first flying lap. And given the time left, we got about minute 23. They're going to get around once, and that is going to be it. So it's going to be one and done with these guys. Lawson coming around. He's going to start a flying lap. So those are the three. Russell's on a flying lap as well. That's interesting. So those are the first four who are going to put their last times on the board effectively. After that, there won't be any time left to get around. Why do FI try to police driver language? Because they can. Um, yeah, it's more. It's they want their drivers to behave in a respectful way. And they probably push Max a little too far. So here comes Boss. He's coming around on his final lap. So Hulkenberg goes P9. Now he's P10. Behrman went P5. Hulkenberg is probably going to get knocked out. Here comes Russell. Russell's P6. Gonna keep on a P6. Lawson's coming around. This is his only lap that he has to set time in Q2. He's going to go across. He's going to go to P9, pushing Hulkenberg to P11. Albon's the driver at risk. Here comes Gasly. Gasly right now is P8. And then it will be Oscar, who's in P4. Gasly moves up to P5. We've got Oscar coming around, and the flag has flown, so these times are final as we come across. Here comes Oscar. Oscar is going to move it to P2. I think, have anyone else down below? I don't think so. Hamilton is the last one. Leclerc is moving to P3, so he's not moving anyone below Lawson. Here goes Bottas, P15. He goes, does improve in his time. Comes Hamilton. Hamilton's only going to get up to 11. And that is what that is going to be it for Q2. Hamilton does not get out of Q2. He gets only 11. Hulkenberg 12, Perez 13th, Colapino 14, Bottas 15th. Lawson outperforms Perez again. That's one of the things that we're going to look at. Behrman in the top 10, P7. I mean, this is Behrman put a Haas in the top 10. Hulkenberg was is in the top 12. I mean, Hulkenberg is probably where the Haas out is doing well, but Behrman up in 7th. That's amazing. Again, at the top of the board right now, we got Norris, Oscar, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, Gasly, Behrman, Russell. Lawson is 9th, Albon 10th. Again, in the sprint race, only the top 8 are going to get points. So there we got Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Perez, Colapino, Bottas eliminated in Q2. This is getting interesting, everyone, and this is just the sprints. Yeah, Colapino is 14th. He's again. I thought we would see more from him, but he's like 1.2 off. I mean, the cut line ended up being with Albon was 1.81, so three quarters of a second effectively was the cut line. Bjorn saying no more hammer time today. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Nico, we need more young drivers. Yeah, and we are again ultimately seeing. We're going to see a lot of young drivers get into F1 this next year. We've got, I think, 3 already. Behrman, Antonelli. Those are the 2 I can think off the top of my, and there's probably more. I'm blanking at the moment. People are thinking that this is where I don't think Checo's lost his seat per se. It is one of those. It's hard to. I mean, I enjoy Checo's driving. The issue is that at this point, he is being outperformed by Lawson in the sister team car. ASCII, they're required to use medium in Q1, Q2. They will all be using um, soft next. Thank you. Jack Doohan is the third rookie. And we could potentially get two more rookies. And if we push it, there is Colpino is in the race, Lawson in the race. Ja has a potential if Lawson takes the Red Bull seat. So if Lawson takes the Red Bull seat, we potentially get two more. That would be number four. Two seats would be open. Hajar would potentially be the one in there. Colapino would be there. Bartolino is another one who's been talked about it. So there is potential. We've got three rookies already. We could have six total if things break in a particular way. Again, they were required to use a medium tire in SQ1, SQ2. Now at the Sprint Quali 3, they are using the soft tires. So Q3, the board just reset. That's why. So yeah, but Bierman's already been signed to Haas. I mean, a lot of teams are going after Bierman after this. No, Bierman's signed to Haas. Can you explain how the engine penalty works? So, okay, so there are different components to the engine. So each component has a number of parts that you can take for that piece throughout the season. And then after that, you get a penalty. So Max right now in I believe, Belgium, I think, no, Azerbaijan Grand Prix took a fifth power unit, and that gives you a 10-place penalty. He's now taken another power unit to number 6. Because he's taken that first penalty already, it's now only a 5-place drop. And that's what's generating a penalty for Max this weekend. He's taking his sixth unit. He's also taking a exhaust unit, but it'll be number 8, which is the allowed number for the season. Did I forget Kimi Antonelli? No, I just said Kimi Antonelli. But Kimi Antonelli's going to is going to taking Hamilton's seat at Mercedes, whereas Hamilton's going to Ferrari. Bierman's part of Ferrari until the end, but he can drive the top. Yeah, essentially, Bierman is the reserve driver for Ferrari and Haas. So he's being shared by two teams, and that's to be expected. Before Danny Ricciardo was replaced, Lawson was the reserve driver for both Red Bull and VCarb. I believe Hajad is now in that role now that Lawson's now replaced Ricciardo. Max is starting to get a result for the sprint. He should. I mean, it is again right now. We've got McLaren going out right now with Oscar and Norris. Albon is out next, so they're putting out early times. They will probably have a second chance to go around and do but they won't have time to do a pit stop. It is overcast right now, but I don't believe Any chance for rain in the sprint in this session? There will be more chance of rain tomorrow and then even more on Sunday. So today was 40%. Tomorrow's going to be 60 and 80% on Sunday. It is overcast, so um, the track has actually dropped another several degrees. It's at 36 right now on our display. Wind has picked up even more. It was about six kilometers an hour earlier today. It's now at 9 kilometers an hour to the south. Does it even make sense to replace Checo when if there's only three? Maybe that's a maybe. Lawson is showing that he potentially could be, and that's a Red Bull. Is this enough for Red Bull to show that they can replace Checo? Um, oh, there. I think that's an error on the board. Yeah, I think that's just an error. Um, hmm, I yeah, we've got 5 minutes to go in this session. I think that's just an error on the board because they've got to use softs in this session. Looking right now. So the first times on the boards again, Norris, Oscar, and Albin. So they did. Wow, Norris did a 108.9226. Oscar did 3/10 slower with 109.225, and then Albin's 1.1. Uh, Gasly's the next one to come out of the pits. So most likely again they're going around right now. We've only got 3 minutes left, so now you're going to see everyone come out of the pits. Behrman is out next. Science, Lawson. So all of these teams that are sending their cars out now basically are getting in a one shot wonder at this point. So the only two who are left in the pits right now is Verstappen and Russell. Oh, Norris and Oscar have pitted. I think they put a new set of tires on Oscar's car because he's came out pretty quickly. They're going to do a wing adjust for Norris, and he's going to probably come back out. So this is pushing the limits of what is possible with this format. So Norris and Oscar did do a pit stop. So here we come. I think Gasly's going to be the first one across the line here. So it's going to be Gasly, I think, then Behrman. Max is out. Russell's still in the pits. Russell has not set a time. They're setting Russell out now. So they're sending Russell out at the very last minute. They think there's some track evolution going on here, and that's why. Again, times are irrelevant at the moment except for Norris, Oscar, and Albin. Sainz starting again a lap. Leclerc's going to be starting a lap. So Gasly's going to be the first one across the line to set a time. Beerman is next, and Beerman looks like he's approaching Gasly. He's getting closer to him. Those two are only going to have Oscar in front of him. Comes Lawson. Lawson is on a flying lap. So Leclerc and Sainz have started the flying lap. Gasly's about to finish this flying lap. Lawson's in the middle of this flying lap. So here comes Gasly. He's going to go P3. Here comes Behrman. He's going to go to P4. Norris is coming to the line, but this is a out lap, so this would be a start of a flying lap. We've got a minute and 10 seconds left to go. Lawson is going to come around. That's good. He's going to come up to P5. I'm not expecting any of those. Oh, Behrman track time. His lap was deleted. Turn 2 time deleted. Leclerc is going to set a. Is he setting a P2? Yep, he does. And that is going to be fastest third sector. He can go P2. He is 2.25 off of Norris's time. Here comes Oscar. Oscar's on a flying lap. This is going to be his lap. He goes provisional pole. So Norris is 0.29 behind, but he's on a flying lap. Is Behrman gonna get around? No, he's not gonna get around. We've got 10 seconds left to go. Norris on a flying lap. Verstappen on a flying lap. Russell on a flying lap. Those are the 3 left. Nope, Norris is gonna pit. Norris is gonna pit. He's gonna take P2. Oscar going to P1. Gasly, Behrman, they are not. Yep, they are on slow laps. They're gonna hit. Here comes Verstappen. He's going to come across P4. Russell is the last one on track. Is he going to take provisional pole? Going to take pole? No, he does. He only takes P5. So Oscar is going to take the pole. Norris is second. Leclerc is third. Verstappen is fourth. Behrman P10. He had a good lap until except for that one turn where he went wide. So he's end up only going to be, this is why you said you go out early so that you have at least a banker lap. He's going to end up P10 on the grid tomorrow, the sprint race. There we go. Yeah, Orlando aborted his lap because he didn't need to take pole from his teammate, ultimately. Yeah. They probably saw something that he probably wasn't going to. So there's no reason to go around again. So he came in. So again, Oscar is going to be on the pole for the sprint tomorrow, and Norris is going to be second. I did vote for Norris, so there goes my points. But then again, hey, we've got the top 5 being McLaren, Ferrari, and Verstappen. I want to thank everyone who showed up. There's over 5,000 of you have been watching. Probably more. If I didn't check. We got 796 likes, almost 800 likes. Thank you, everyone. I will be back with you tomorrow. This is again the Races YouTube channel, and this has been Grash. I will be back with you tomorrow for the sprint race. Otherwise, have a good day. Take care, everyone. And again, for the Races YouTube channel, this is Grash. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.